during COVID 19 and beyond, when we reinvent life and live in virtues, we find fulfillment. Hi, my name is Navy, and welcome aboard.
Introducing MJ and Chi to speak to you, women from the Battlefront to the Homefront.
Hi, I'm MJ. I'm an officer in the United States Navy. Today, I will talk about professionalism as part of our Women Leadership series.
What is leadership? If you Google the word leadership, you get about 2.8 billion results, each definition as unique as an individual leader. It's a difficult concept to define, perhaps because it means so many things to different people. For me, leadership means inspiring others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more. It is something that we need to continually acquire and refine, and it requires a lot of hard work and careful cultivation of good habits. I think the first step to becoming a great leader is to master professionalism. Acting in a professional manner enables you to maintain and grow the respect between you and your team, and in the end, this makes you a stronger leader. But how do we maintain a level of professionalism in times of crisis, such as during this pandemic? It is often difficult to act professionally when our personal lives are in turmoil or when it feels like we have lost our sense of control.
There is no perfect recipe or magic formula to be a great leader who possesses a high level of professionalism, especially when we are deep into crisis mode. But today, I'd like to share with you some tips which have helped me stay on track while confronting the anxieties of our time.
Tip number 1. Set boundaries. For those working from home, start by defining a clear boundary between your work and home spheres. This will help you psychologically detach from work at the end of the day and re-enter your home environment and mindset. For example, I did not have a dedicated office space in my one-bedroom apartment, so defining a physical boundary was challenging. But putting on headphones and not wearing loungewear during the day helped me separate my work mindset from my home mindset. Next, creating a schedule and sticking to it also helped me with setting boundaries. It helped me resist the temptation to simply work more hours and allowed me to have time for leisure, exercise, prayer, and to focus on my family. Tip number 2. Set goals. When you're a leader, you're like a ship captain. This means you're responsible for steering the ship, and as such, it's important to make sure you're headed in the right direction on a daily basis. One habit I developed during the shelter-in-place is waking up at 5 a.m. every day. Well, at least until my newborn threw my schedule off. This allowed me some downtime and cleared my head before each day began. The early morning peace helped me set my objectives for the day and gave me a nice little head start, which ultimately helped me work efficiently. Tip number 3. Learn something new. All great leaders have this in common. They are constantly working to increase their knowledge base. On a daily basis, they pour through the world news, stay on top of industry updates, and strive to improve their intelligence because they know it will make them more effective in their work. Believe it or not, you can still grow your career during a pandemic. It just takes some creativity and flexibility. For example, you can attend webinars that relate to your career field or master classes of your special interests. You can also build your personal brand outside the context of an employer. By reinventing yourself and being open to another direction, you are making yourself more marketable. We live in a competitive world, and coming out of a pandemic with a new skill will surely boost your resume. Finally, tip number 4. Shift your perspective. Do not allow yourself to be boxed in by feelings of monotony or boredom. Sure, we're all struggling with the sameness of each day, and we may have slid into unhealthy habits with social media, gaming, or too much Netflix. But what I found really helpful in changing my negative perspective is finding greatness in ordinary life. Saint Josemaria Escrivá taught us to carry out our everyday activities to the best of our abilities, even if the task seems the least promising. He reminds us, it is in the simplicity of your ordinary work, in the monotonous details of each day, that you have to find the secret, which is hidden from so many, of something great in you, love. Thus, whenever I have to tackle the same pile of laundry or read my endless emails, I am reminded that I am not just doing laundry or reading emails. I am, in fact, sanctifying myself while carrying out the same operations of each day. Truly, it is within the mundane that we can seize our greatest treasures. As bleak as the future may look, this pandemic will eventually pass. It may take a while for the world to normalize, but just be patient and embrace the process. Remember, exceptional leaders don't see problems, they see opportunities. Thus, I invite you all to step up to the challenge of using this time to recognize your potential to greatness. Use this time to take on a fresher look at your work. And for those whose careers are on a standstill, use this time to prepare yourselves for what is to come.
And with that, I hope these tips will inspire you to become the best leader and professional that you can be, not only during these unorthodox times, but also going forward.
Hi, Navy. Thank you for setting this up. I want to talk about my experience regarding before and during this pandemic that everybody is going through right now. Before anything else, my name is Chi, and I've been living in the United States for over 20 years now, but I was born and raised in the Philippines. So while I was reflecting about this extreme situation in our lives and the many changes we willingly or unwillingly have to face, I also thought about how this situation can change us for the better. So for me, it's like wiping the slate clean and starting over again. Some of you may have felt this way and thought about it this way, because I certainly did. At first, probably the natural reaction is to get discouraged and lose hope after so many months of just waiting for what will happen next. When we start thinking of all the odds against us, it's only normal to feel depressed or low. But on a deeper reflection, I realize better things will happen out of this. So while not being able to work, I look for ways and resources to help out, whether it means giving time, money, or attention to others who need it. So let's not lose hope. When others see us with a positive attitude, it becomes contagious. I have been retired from my job for over a year, and I actually see myself working again, a second career. But I didn't know what I wanted to do. But my skill set is not for a corporate setting, and I don't want to work in the corporate world. One thing I love doing is volunteering in a hospice house close to where I live once a month. I like the experience of helping the nurses care for the patients. I didn't really want the kind of responsibility a nurse typically have, and I'm not young anymore, to go through that long schooling. So I ask around and check out what short medical course I can take at a local college. So long story short, I'm studying to be a medical assistant, and I know through perseverance, I'm sure to finish it in a few months. So it's important to always look for the positive, persevere and hope for the best so you can reach your goal. And I want to thank all the medical frontliners, whether in the military or civilian, all over the world, watching this video. Thank you.
Women from the battlefront to the homefront are leaders by being very professional with work and at home, and by being open to change. So let's do a self-check for women in the different battles of life. How can this COVID-19 challenge provide you a leadership opportunity?